Well, hello everybody. This is Dove218, Paranormal Video Gamer. Welcome to my channel. Today I bring a very old, unique game. This came out when I was a little bit younger man, unfortunately. I'm an old geezer now. A long time ago, this game came out, and it is by far one of the best PlayStation games that you can possibly own. It may not look like it graphically, but let me tell you something. This game is extremely deep, extremely fun, and extremely challenging. You're probably going to see me die a bunch of times throughout this Let's Play. And just be forewarned, I mean, it's going to be probably a lot. I have not played this game in probably about 2 years now, and the reason I haven't played this game in 2 years is because I've been doing other videos, and obviously the other videos up to this point have been sports videos. So this is a change for me, because usually I usually do ESPN 2K5 or Madden games, or some of the wrestling games, but right now I'm going to play a game that is a strategy RPG shooter. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but that's basically what I can categorize it, because it's all three of these in one shot. It is a first-person shooter, it is an RPG, and it is a strategy game, because in order for you to survive this game, you have to be extremely careful. There are death traps aplenty, and there are so many things that you will find out in this game if you pick it up and buy it. I mean, you can get it relatively cheap on Amazon. It depends on how much you're willing to spend. Me, myself, I've got almost 8 copies of this game. I think I've got actually 9, if I remember. 9 or 10 copies of this game. And I don't even know. I mean, I literally have to count how many copies I get. Or how many copies I have, I should say. Not get. But I've got a lot of copies of this game only because of the fact that, I love this game. This is, again, one of my favorite games of all time on PlayStation. This came out, I remember the first time I ever played this game. It was at a friend's house. And I remember he played the game. He loved it, thought it was great, and he could never get past this one spot in the game. And he got frustrated, and literally it took him 4 months of continually trying to get past this one part in the game, and he couldn't do it. So he decided to finally give up, and he let me buy his copy of the game, and I still had that original copy, black label and all. And he gave me his copy. I bought it from him, and that night, for the first time in my life, I remember playing this game for almost 15 hours straight. No sleep, no food, no drink. I only, I think, went to the bathroom twice in that 15 hours. And I remember playing this, for 15 hours straight, looking at the clock and realizing that it had been 15 hours later. And I was sitting there, going, oh my, it didn't even feel like that. It felt like I had only been playing the game for an hour or two. And I remember, my mom actually waking up that morning, because I think I started at like 6 or 5 o'clock at night, and getting up at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, my mom woke up and she, looked at me and said, "You're still playing that game?" And I had not been to bed or anything, and that was one of my favorite memories, playing this game. So, sorry for the long rant. I know that was a little bit of a long rant, and sorry, it's just nostalgia, picking in for this. But again, this is O.D.T. O.D.T. One of the best games ever. So I'm going to do this walkthrough, and hopefully you like it, and you can always ask me questions, comment, and if you ever want to see any old school games, just please say a comment. Let me know. Hey, I'd love to see this. See you tackle this old school game. I probably have it. I've got a huge collection of old school games, and you know, if I don't have it, you bet you any money that I'd be probably the first person to pick it up and see if I can find it online and get a copy. So, without further ado, here is O.D.T. Or Die Trying. So, let's go. I love the art direction of this game. This was a major art direction that was just completely insane. A lot of people, you know, when they do art and they do, you know, ideas for certain arts, you know, they don't execute it right. With this game, with O.D.T, this game was executed perfectly, and I mean, it literally blends in the gameplay mechanics. And that's locked up. I don't want to be. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Another one that's locked. Okay, I guess I got to go back down. Like I said, I haven't played this in 2 years, so I apologize if I'm a little rusty. You know, it's one of these games that you if you haven't played it in a long time, you definitely want to take a second and try to get used to it again. This is by far one of the most challenging games I ever played, and you'll see why. I mean, you literally will see why it is one of the most challenging games in PlayStation history. A lot of people that played the game, you know, a lot of people didn't understand that that this game was, you know, a large challenge. And I remember there used to be game tournaments for this particular game, and it was players would come around from you know, where I live in Ohio, and there was this one particular video game dealer that was in our area here in Ohio that they would set up these game tournaments for all these old games like Twisted Metal 3, Twisted Metal 4, Twisted Metal 2, even the original Twisted Metal, they had tournaments for. And, you know, I remember playing these games back in the day and thinking to myself, you know, there's nothing that gets better than this. And it's kind of cool, actually, now that, you know, we have technology that can record as I'm talking to you, record video game you know, commentary along with video. You know, because when I was a kid, I mean, the only, you know, video commentary that you ever had was you know, you went to a buddy's house and they would tell you how bad you sucked on a game. That was your commentary for the day. And if you're wondering why I don't have a webcam for this particular video, it's because my webcam that I have, that I'm using to record, you know, for my voice, it sucks. I mean, it literally is probably the worst webcam that you could possibly imagine. It's a 1.3 megapixel webcam. Absolutely horrible when it comes down to the actual game. Trying to integrate it into a game. It literally is a horrible webcam. And honestly, you know, I felt like I needed to get a better recorder before anything, and ouch, that hurt. But I needed to get a better recorder for a long time, and I felt like the recorder aspect was a little bit more important than the computer aspect, because the computer does run quite good. I've only had maybe one or two issues with it, and the rest of it works pretty good. So I'm extremely happy. Bring it. Are you trying to be like Batman? Suck on that. I remember the sounds of the bats dying. I remember playing this and when I was a little bit younger, and this just reminds me so much of the old school days. Playing with some of my friends that used to be huge gamers, and a couple of them are no longer with me in this world, and it's kind of like, wow, I've lived a long time up to this point, and I've seen a lot of people come and go, and this is just bringing back a flood of memories. I didn't say you could do that. Come on, I'll kick you in the nut. Come on. Kick you in the butt. Come on. Hey, that's what you get. Knocked you unconscious. Say, hey. Aha. Ammo. Yes, I make strange little impressions whenever I play. Especially when I get frustrated. It's just the way I game. You usually don't hear this side of me because of the fact I try to keep the games as is, as with gameplay, and not so much me talking. That's what you get. Blue power upgrade. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright. Don't know if that's enough, but we'll find out here in a second. Here goes nothing. Not enough weapon control. I'm just shy. Woohoo! Yes, doors have keys. That was fun. I'm gonna wrap this up real quick for the first part. I'm just gonna wrap this up only because of the fact that I want to get ready for part two. I'm gonna record that I think tonight, and then tomorrow I think I'm gonna jump on this again and do it again. So thanks for watching, and again, if you'd like to see an old school game in the future, just let me know what game, what year it approximately came out, if you can, and what are your favorite memories of this game, O.D.T. What are the best memories you have of playing this? And again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. Just because of the fact that the more people I get to notice that I do old school games, I think will help greatly in allowing me to play even more games in the future. So, thanks for watching.